What up, y'all? Welcome back to I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. I'm your host, Chris, and today we're talking about the New York Jets, Sam Darnold getting traded, and Baylor winning the national championship, and who your favorite in the league right now? Everybody hurt, bro. Next on I Said It Sports. I'm your host, Chris, and I got my guys with me. What up, fellas?
What up? What it do?
Shit. A lot of things going on in sports right now, but we're gonna start it off with talking about the national championship game from last night. We all watched it. Some of us probably did not get through the entire game, like me. I definitely switched off that shit. Man, what y'all think, man? Baylor just came out and just hooped them. I feel like everybody was thinking the same thing while we was watching the game. These boys ran into a team of black dudes and got their ass whooped.
I'm going to say, I thought that Gonzaga was definitely going to come in and play better. I feel like the biggest thing was Baylor was not scared, bro. They wasn't scared. They felt like they were physically probably the bigger team. And it was like, hey, we're going to muscle y'all around. What I didn't know before the game, they like top 10 in the offensive rebounding in the whole NCAA. So it don't surprise me they was killing them boys on the glass. And once they had jumped out to that 9-0 lead so fast, that jump shook Gonzaga, man, and they couldn't shake back. Them boys had all the momentum and carried that shit the whole game. Shout out to them. Them guards nasty, too. Them boys was breaking it down, man.
Sean, what you think, man? How'd it go for you?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It didn't really have my interest after the first, 5 minutes of the game, man. And that's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? I do feel what Derek is saying. Like, them boys really came out and shut them down, bro. Like, they heard all the hoopla, about Gonzaga gonna run the table, you know what I'm saying? Make a little history note. They shut that shit down. They wasn't trying to hear that shit. They came out there and put their heart on the floor. But at the end of the day, I still ain't gonna take nothing away from Gonzaga because still winning all those games. What was it, 34 of them or something like that?
35
games. That I don't care who you playing. I don't care if you in D3. That's still, you know what I'm saying, amazing. And in itself, they got an awesome coach. But again, they recruit differently from how let's say teams out east. You know what I'm saying? You got guys that's burly, like they playing against guys at like the Rucker Park, like these guys from like the East Coast and Midwest, like they really tough skin, and the South, but they recruit differently, and you can see it. Not to say Gonzaga ain't gonna have no guys winning the first round, because they're gonna have 3 or 4 of those guys in the first round. Indeed, but Baylor, like I said, they just came out there and toughed them up, man. They just, they play ball, man. So salute to Baylor, but at the end of the day, I was not interested. The other game, the UCLA game, now that was interesting. I love that.
I feel it, man. I agree with you till like the second half when they came out and they extended that lead to 16. I mean, I was kind of watching it, I kind of wasn't. I just feel like they need to recruit better, more athletic big man. That's where I feel like they really lost the game. They just could not rebound to save their life, man. It just was not good. It didn't look good after they got out to that lead to start the game. Like Darius was saying, we was talking on the phone last night. That man was like, man, they got out to that lead, man. It's over. They not going to win.
It was over with, bro.
Hey, I heard a stat like Baylor was like top 5 in the country in offensive rebounds.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They was ranked number 6 in the country.
Yep.
In offensive rebound.
Baylor was ranked in defense. I think they just weren't ready, man. They came out flat, and by the time it was over, they were already down, and they didn't have it. They just didn't have it to come back. Because in college, it's not necessarily like the pros, so you can do it without a crazy big tall dude. None of their dudes are really tall. They weren't like super tall guys. You know what I mean? That's how even Baylor was able to play with 3 guards, like 3 real guard-sized dudes, not even like forward-sized dudes. These are guard-sized dudes. And they were able to win a national championship with that. So it shows that you don't necessarily, it's not set up like the pro game. You'll have some good dudes and some average dudes. Gonzaga, I feel like they recruit guys to win in their division. Exactly. They had some guys that come out. You saw Adam Morrison went there, bro. You see how terrible he was when he went pro. Like, all college programs aren't drafting dudes to go pro. Because Duke is like that. Duke produces a lot of, like, support guys. They don't produce really any real mainstream. You build your team around these guys. But they make really good support guys and smart players. Gonzaga has those type of dudes. They're not necessarily going to have the most athletic, the most number one this, number one that, but they'll have a team they can put out that is good. That's why they make it to the tournament and get busted when they run across the team that's actually, when it comes talent for talent, when it lines up slot for slot, that's usually when Gonzaga's in trouble. Because it doesn't matter at that point when you're out talented and y'all both have a scheme, their scheme just seems to be better. Because their players just are better. They're better players.
Gonzaga always end up with the short end of the stick, man. Just one of them teams.
That's why this is the first. That was the first championship game, man. But they made good runs in the tournament, and when they first showed up, that's kind of how it was. But that's why that was the first time they made it to a national championship game. Because usually when it gets talent for talent, they get in trouble. Plus, they were supposed to play Baylor already.
Yep.
That game. You know what I mean? That game got canceled because of COVID. And now you think, like, if they would have got busted like that by Baylor during the season and had one loss, would people still be saying the same thing about Gonzaga that they're saying now? You know what I mean? Like, oh, it was a great run. But if they'd have got destroyed in the season, like, they need to fix something because they got hammered by Baylor.
I don't know. If they would have lost that one game, but the rest of the season would have still went the same way, I feel like even that game might have been different because then going into that game, they know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it means they would have beat them or nothing, but it might have been more competitive because now you have an idea of how hard they crash these boards, of how quick these guards are, how strong these guards are.
How tough they play, how fast they are on defense. Yeah.
So it would have put a different meaning on the championship versus Gonzaga probably went in there with the high head, like, bro, we about to do to them what we would have did to them if the game wouldn't have got canceled. And Baylor was like, man, we ain't hearing none of that, bro. We ain't hearing none of that. And they didn't hear none of that neither. That shit was coast to coast.
Yeah, facts. I think everybody tuned in to see them go undefeated, and they just started watching the game, and you just was like, oh, this is not.
Hey, I tell you what, the girls' game was way better. Shout out to Stanford.
Yes.
Y'all beat my girl, South Carolina. So shout out to y'all.
Their little guard got gang.
Woo!
Yeah.
That girl got gang. It came down to the last shot. Arizona was balling though. That was a nice little run that they had through the turn. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody had them. They probably didn't have. Nobody was thinking about neither one of these teams because UConn was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But before we get off the college football subject, though, I do got to get your opinion on Hubert Davis being named as the new head coach of North Carolina, man, Tar Heels, which he is, because I said it when we were talking about it last night, but come to find out he is the first Black head coach in North Carolina Tar Heels history. But do y'all think this is a good hire or no? I think it's a good hire.
Yeah. I mean, he's already been there for 9 years.
Yeah.
He's been on Buddy's staff for 9 years. My assumption is they either were grooming him for that or the fact that he played in the league just helps. Yeah. I don't think it's bad for the kids. He played pro ball. he didn't play in this style, but he could see where it's going. You don't have to still play to understand what they're doing in basketball, and he used to be pro. So I'm assuming he helped develop a lot of those dudes. They've had quite a few people go pro from their programs in the last 9 years. I don't know how many, but it's been a few. So I think it's a good hire for them. He knows basketball. It's not like he doesn't know basketball. It's just, are they going to give him any leeway? So, like, does he have to go Final Four immediately, Elite Eight, Sweet 16? Like, what's the limits on what he has to do, and how long do they give him to do it?
Yeah, because I definitely think he needs some leeway because Roy Williams took over the program. He had some All-Americans on the squad when he first got there. Now with Hubert taking over,
they didn't have a great season this last season. They didn't have a good. They didn't have like a good year.
They don't have it. But that's what I'm saying. They got to give him some leeway to recruit some players because he has no All-Americans on this squad.
I think.
But I think he's gonna do a good job.
I think it's a great hire. It doesn't surprise me that they hired him. I don't think they're gonna treat him no different than any other coach they had because he's black, because he's from UNC. Like, that's their biggest thing they've always been. They've kept everything in-house. He went to college there. He played pro. He done been under Roy, like you said, for at least 9 years. He knows how things are run, and they know he knows how things are run there. So I think he's gonna get that leadway because North Carolina, this was just a strange year for a lot of schools. It was strange for North Carolina, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky. A lot of the bigger names, had an off year this year. But I think it's a good hire. I think he's gonna be straight, man. He probably got a good staff around him. He definitely ain't gonna have no problem recruiting. North Carolina, they can recruit off of their name. So,
sure. What you think, Sean?
I think
you was thinking good. Jerry. No, you was thinking Jerry Stackhouse, but they went with you.
Actually, a little bit of both. I would have liked to have Jerry. But to answer your question, I don't think it's a bad hire. I do agree with the fellas that there would be. And everybody have a down year, you know what I'm saying? I think Roy just got gut punched and he just wanted to walk out before it got worse. And something that we piggybacked on before is just the game has passed him, man. Things are different. All ball. And I think Hubert Davis has learned from that and can build from that. Because like Darius was saying, I mean, you can go Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Virginia Beach, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, and you can get you a 5-star guy easily. Easily. Just off of North Carolina and the Jordan brand. So with that being said, I don't think it's going to be a hard job for him. I think it ain't even going to be no rebuild for them. I think next year they're going to bounce right back. I ain't going to say they're going to be Elite 8, Final 4, but they will be in there, man, in the tournament next year. And it will be a 5-star guy. Sweet and simple. Now, will he be there 18 years? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of tough, but as we see a lot of times it's changing with a lot of politics. I say this all the time, and on a lot of sports, pay attention to that. A lot of politics, like Chris said. It's the first black man to coach North Carolina. Why now? You know what I'm saying? So, again, I don't know how long he's going to be there. He has been in the league. He's a nice guard, decent guard. I ain't nice, but he was a decent guard in the league for my memory. Serves me correctly. But other than that, man, good job, man. I love seeing brothers getting a job. Shit, I need a job like that.
I guess the year wasn't that bad because, I mean, they did make the tourney. They got bounced, but they made the tourney this year.
Right. And for him to be the 5th coach in like the last 40-something years or something crazy like that, they don't swap out coaches that often. So, like, somebody has to leave for them to swap it out. And of course, 20 years ago, they still wasn't high on black coaches in college basketball when Roy got the job. So times have changed, and you got a better chance. The story is if you play, there's more likely of a chance for you to be a coach. I know that was the underlying factor in football. Now, like, if you want a chance, you have to have at least played the game for them to give you a chance. And it's kind of like that, I think, in basketball too. You have to have played on some level for them to feel like you can do it.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I do agree with. that the brothers are getting a chance, and the players that used to play the game, so they have to know the game to actually get a chance to actually coach the programs and coach the NFL, coach college teams. And if you seeing a trend, they're not really going to the analytics way of getting these guys that just straight analytics all the time in the college ranks. They're getting the guys that used to play the game. So I respect that. But moving on, we got to talk about what's going on in the NFL real quick. It's a lot of moving and shaking going on, and I don't feel like it's going to be the last team to be doing some moving and shaking. We did just get reports that the Falcons are thinking about trading the 4th pick. But we are going to talk about the Jets right now. The Jets are actually making some moves. They went on ahead and traded Sam Darnold. Everybody should know that. Unless you're living under a rock right now, Sam Darnold is gone. He is with the Carolina Panthers. They traded a 6th-round pick, and I believe next year's 2nd and next year's 3rd, I want to say, or next year's 4th. Next year's 4th for Sam Darnold. What y'all think about this, man? I think it's a good move for Sam and for the Jets. Now, the next move they need to make, as what we said earlier, and I still agree, still trade the number 2 pick, because who I think you about to pick?
No.
That's just me. That's just me. What you thinking, Sean? That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, what's the question? Are we critiquing?
Well, the question is. Well, let me phrase it differently. I did a bad job of that.
Jeopardy.
Do you think Sam Darnold's going to work out for his new team? Is he going to become who they think he should have became when he was with the Jets? And what do you think the Jets do? Well, he was the number 3 overall pick, so he's supposed to be a franchise guy. So
he was a pick. Yeah, I agree with that. He's supposed to be a franchise guy. In Carolina, they lost a weapon in my boy Samuel. So I do believe they need to get somebody in that 2nd round. They still kept their 1st-round pick. I think they got the 8th or something like that. I still think they need a weapon. They already been building around the defense. They DBs is kind of good. Linebackers pretty good. But Sam Darnold overall, I think he will be all right in North Carolina. Well, Charlotte. I think he will be all right. He has talent, but he is turnover prone. But see, he now has a back in McCaffrey that he can just dump it off. So he'll get that little yardage, get his QBR up, you know what I'm saying? Build some confidence. That's what quarterbacks need, because they got big egos. If you ever played football before, you got to pat them on the back and kiss their ass, kind of, sort of. So he get them little dump offs with Ed, and Ed runs, a little 5, 6, 7-yard route and get 20, 30 yards. He going to feel good. So he going to have to lessen his turnovers. That's going to be key. But Carolina going to have to get another wide receiver and a more power back, because Ed is coming off of an injured year. I said Ed. I'm calling him his daddy name, but y'all know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old, man. But yeah, that's what I recommend. But far as the pick, with the Jets, I think they should keep their pick, actually. Because right then and there, if you see somebody, and this is in any sport, if you see somebody that you really, really like, and you really think you can build your franchise around them, go get them. Why play around with it and just be the boo-boo team that we all know you are? True indeed, you can trade back and get some more picks. But if you look at how many picks they just got from Carolina, then they already got 2 picks next year in the 1st round. You solid. Just get your quarterback now. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get somebody to back him. You know what I'm saying? Give him some little mentoring. But other than that, get who you in love with and ride with it. Because right now you getting the best after Trevor Lawrence. I mean, in your opinion, you still get one of the top 3 quarterbacks that's coming out this year. So get the guy you love, franchise his ass. You got 4 years with the 5th-year option. You got him cheap. See what he do. If not, get rid of his ass, because can't nobody really last in them Jets, because this is toxic, bro.
The biggest issue I see with that is I get the trade, but the fact that they have to decide if they're going to pick that 5th year up by like the 1st week of May is just like, seriously, dude. because then you're on the hook for it. And I don't even know how much they pay in Bridgewater, but it'll put them in for another year on Sam Darnold, whether he's good or bad. His money is guaranteed as soon as they pick the option up. Dude is getting $18.8 million. So right now it seems okay. I don't really know what Sam Darnold is because he played for the Jets. The Jets just stink. So I won't even just put that on him because I have no idea. It's just organization dysfunction. He's out of there now, so I'll judge him based on what he does in Carolina. I don't know if you expect much from him. Carolina didn't really lose anything. They gave up a 6th-round pick this year and a 2 and a 4. I don't know if they really need that 2 and a 4. They might get it from somewhere else, trading somebody. But I'm out on Darnold until I see him actually play in Carolina. I can't judge him based on New York because New York, it was just a terrible situation. And anybody that was anywhere decent in New York left. It was like, yo, I got to get out of here. Like, we got to go. We got to dip, you know what I mean? Because the whole Adams thing and all that other stuff is just, they were dysfunctional. So if Buddy really is the QB whisperer and it gives him and Teddy Bridgewater something, I'm for that.
Well, the word on the street is that Teddy Bridgewater, they're going to get rid of Teddy Bridgewater and just make
see,
the guy.
Speaking of both of y'all, he threw what, 3,700 yards?
If anybody would understand how football works, bro, he's been hosed before. You know what I mean? He's gone from starting QB to the bench back to starting QB. So I feel like he understands why they're just not giving it to him because they weren't that great last year. If they made the playoffs and they won a division and he was balling, they might not have made that decision. But because that didn't happen, they're still open. And Bridgewater, Darnold is way younger than Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, that's true. And like you were saying, you can't really put too many emphasis on Darnold's career so far. Like I was saying about Adam Gates, he was garbage, a garbage head coach. Then you already know about the guy because he come over from the Dolphins. He was garbage there. Now he come there and he's still garbage. I mean, this man done had, 3 head coaches or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you really can't judge
me. So that's 3 offensive coordinators.
Exactly.
At least 3 different OCs.
Talent alone. So I believe he'll be good in Carolina with the weapons they have, but they still have to get a few more pieces in Carolina. But I think it'll be a good competition, but I don't see Teddy lasting long, bro.
That they're going to move him to a place to where he would like to go. And they said they're going to do right by Teddy by that because he's done
trading.
They're just going to trade him.
Dude, he's only been there like a year. He signed like a 2 or 3 year deal. Why? What are they being faithful to? They just got you, bro.
I don't know.
You know how football works.
Yeah.
Especially, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, he's not a young dude. Bridgewater's been around for a while. He understands how football works, man.
Yeah, he definitely does. But I definitely think Sam Darnold is going to be a much better player. He's going to be
his take.
Yeah, I'm going to give him his take. I think Sam Darnold is going to be a much better player with Carolina. I think the Jets, again, I still feel like they should trade that pick and try to move down a little bit. But that's neither here nor there. I just feel like you could get a lot more assets because you need a lot to be decent for the Jets. I mean, none of us picked the Jets last year except for Sean, and that was just a random thing. But Darius, what you thinking, man? You think Sam gonna do the thing when he ain't here or what?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be pretty good in Carolina because everybody who's been around him says, bruh, the kid is good. It's just he's been in a fucked up situation. Everybody knows Jets organization is dog shit, bro. Like, they have no idea what they're doing there from the top to the bottom, all the way down to the head coach. Everybody has been screwed that's been playing with the Jets. You know what I'm saying? And even a few times, because, you're not even seeing the Jets on TV, but a few times you've seen Sam Darnold, they be like, oh, he did this, oh, he did that. Somehow the Jets fuck around and lose the game. So I think it's fair for him. He finally gets, his shot. I'm with Blair. I give him a clean slate, bro, because of where he's coming from. I'm going to judge him solely based off what he does in Carolina right now. Now, with the Panthers getting him, I think that says a lot about Teddy Bridgewater. I think it says, hey, we believed in you, but you didn't even come close to what we thought you were going to be. Now, Teddy Bridgewater's career might just be he's going to be a great backup. He can come in and plug in here and there, but as far as like leading a team, it just might not be Teddy Bridgewater's thing. I think a lot of it
Carolina
might
was
have.
hammered last year, weren't they? Like with COVID and with injuries.
Yeah, I still think Teddy Bridgewater just might be it. I think he might be one of them dudes when he got injured that year, I might have took his best years away from him. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Jets, bruh, no way you can trade the number 2 pick now or the number 3 pick now. You gotta get a quarterback, bruh. You gotta get a quarterback. If anything, should have kept Sam Darnold. And
Yep.
if you want to do like that, you could have still drafted the quarterback, and either one of them could have been trade bait. And you could have got some real some shit that's gonna help me right now. You know what I'm saying? Because then you keep one of them, then maybe you can trade him for a player instead of a pick. You know what I'm saying? But now you gotta draft a quarterback. But what you do? You gonna put him in the same position Sam Darnold was in. You're gonna draft this quarterback in the first round and just have some bullshit around him. Which means what? Whoever go to the Jets is fucked. Exactly what it means. It means, hey, you gonna get paid because you gonna get drafted high. Just like Sam Darnold. He just took his licks and now he getting his guaranteed money. Guess what? Whoever go to the Jets now, and they just gonna take it.
Did y'all see his party? Y'all see his party when he got traded? He threw a party for himself, bro.
Did he?
Bro.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I bet you anybody in the Jets organization throw a party when they get fired or get another job.
Right.
Like it's literally
I know Adams did.
terrible, dog. Like it's literally terrible there. Nothing works there. And then players go other places and thrive.
They try to turn it around. I'll give them a chance to.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson went there, and I still feel like Robbie Anderson is good, but guess what? It's the organization, bro. It's the organization. It's like how the Browns used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like the Browns, we knew them for not keeping a quarterback. Because of that, their organization was terrible. They always draft a bunch of good players. You got Joe Thomas going to the Hall of Fame. A bunch of dudes that used to play for the Browns went to other teams and went off. Some of them even won championships when they other teams. When your organization is bad, it's just bad. There's nothing you can do. No amount of talent can save that shit right now. You got to clean house from the top first.
Hey, I feel you 100%. But
I think this
Panthers definitely won the trade though.
Oh yeah, he has people that play for the Panthers already that he's familiar with.
Them boys gonna draft a receiver in the first round. Watch.
They're gonna draft a receiver probably.
They might get rid. I mean, old boy Terrence Marshall. They don't get one of them big name wide receivers, bro.
Yes, bro.
Kind of gonna be nice.
Put him on the other side of DJ Moore, and they're going to expect that with a healthy McCaffrey coming back to be enough. And it probably will to compete in that division now. Drew Brees is gone. I mean, Tom Brady, they coming back, but it ain't no guarantee that he going to play the way that he did this year. You know what I'm saying? So they got a chance.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Seven spots in the playoffs now. They definitely got a chance.
Oh, yeah, we are definitely doing just for the fans out there, we are definitely doing a mock draft. I haven't decided if it's going to be next week or the week after, because the draft is coming up April 29th. I mean, through May 1st. We're going to do the first and the second round. But moving on, we got to switch gears real quick. Last topic that we're going to talk about today is, of course, the NBA, man. The NBA is running nice and strong right now, but everybody's getting hurt. And what the hell is going on? Kevin Durant was supposed to come back to play against the Knicks. They showed him shooting around. Game starts, the nigga's in his jeans. So I have no fucking clue what's going on with that, man. I think they just did that to be like a distraction from the Michael Rappaport shit. So he's like, oh, he gonna play tonight. Then he's like, nah, I ain't. So then James Harden get hurt last night. So I'm like, what the hell? Then Kyrie drops 40 and they win. So LeBron's out, AD's out. It's just like, who's gonna step up and do this thing? Who y'all got right now, man? Who's still the favorites? Who should be the favorites right now? Because the Nets are still first in the NBA on the East. Utah's still running the things out west, and then you got Phoenix and LA, Clippers. So, I mean, who y'all got as the favorites right now, man? I mean, because nobody's really.
Look,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Shoot, right now, I don't really got a favorite. Right now, going off of just right now, with everything it is right now, it's anybody's race, bro. Like, because of so many injuries on so many teams, dog. Like, now you got 2 players on the Nets, 2 of their stars injured. You got the 76ers, Joel Embiid, injured. You got LA, Bron and AD, injured. Like, and these are supposed to be the top team, even the Clippers. You got like 4 players that's coming back off of injury, all sorts of stuff. If everybody's healthy, the Lakers and the Nets, I feel like, are definitely still the favorites. With the way that I think it's really going to go, I think teams might need to start looking at the Bucks and the Sixers again. Like, for real, especially if Embiid comes back healthy, because I think out of a lot of the players that's hurt, he gonna be all right. So with him coming back healthy, especially if Durant can't play, like, I feel like it's gonna be trouble in the East. I feel like Giannis, this is the year. Like, bruh, if you gonna do something, or you gonna make it seem like y'all gonna do something, and you gotta make it happen this year, bruh. Can't have no second round exit. Gentleman sweep. Like, it can't be none of that, bro. You ain't going out in game 7. People gonna put you in the rear view real fast. In the West, the Lakers don't get healthy. Man, say what you want. Man, you better be scared of Denver, dog. I don't care what nobody say. You better be scared of them boys, man. Like, I feel like they did what they had to do for their team to be successful. They got the most versatile front court in the league right now with all them bigs, bro. Like, Aaron Gordon has found the perfect spot for what he does, bro. And it's hard for everybody to stop. They don't want they ain't lost since he came there, like 5 games straight. He is balling. And there was even his assistant stuff that he wasn't even good at, he's starting to become better at because he just fits so well there. And teams that's injured, all the bigs in the West be injured, even the Clippers. I don't even think the Clippers would beat Denver in a 7-game series right now. I don't think it would happen. I think Denver beats them again. So they are my dark horse right now. Denver is my dark horse right now. Watch out. If teams don't get healthy, shit, I ain't trying to play them boys. I ain't lying.
Hey, that's hey, that was a take I wasn't ready for, bro. Okay. Sean, man, what you thinking, man? Your Lakers in trouble?
Go around the block on me, bro.
Hey, he about to defend his Lakers, goddammit.
On the block.
Yeah, I got first.
But I definitely think I agree with a lot of what Darius has said, but because Aaron Gordon fit in so well with the Nuggets, man. And the guy just asked the question when we did our live. If you ain't watching, go back and watch our lives that we did. We did 2 weeks in a row for people. We'll do it again. If y'all reach out and say, hey, I want another live, we'll hop on there. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But Phoenix, man, I like Phoenix. I like the makeup of their team, man. I just like the fact that they got Chris Paul, they got the leadership, you get the young boys, you got stars. I like Phoenix team, man. I really, really do. But if
Number 2 in the West,
if the Lakers is healthy, we ain't got nothing to talk about. But if they ain't, I'm here to tell you right now. They ain't going. They ain't going. If LeBron James ain't healthy, they ain't going to be able to do nothing. If AD ain't healthy, they ain't winning the chip because it's just too much. It's too much to be placing on the other players to fit in where he was and to make up for the numbers that they lost with him, like the blocks and things like that. Now, I will say that the Andre Drummond pickup, before he messed up his whole toe.
That boy, all right, he gotta wait for his toenail to grow back. He good.
That's just the nastiest thing I've heard. It just thinking about it just makes me cringe. It's like, how am I gonna play basketball for no fingernail, no toenail? That's just nasty. But he was doing some things out there. Hey, I've been watching him for a minute, man. He was out there throwing it through his legs, like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take you off the dribble. Like, bro, hey, listen, AD come back with him, man, ain't nothing nobody can do. But in the East, god damn, I said it in the beginning, I'm gonna say it now. Brooklyn going to the finals, man. They going to the finals. Harden gonna be all right. They don't even need KD to go to the finals at this point for me. How everybody else is looking. Embiid did come back. He did drop buckets on Karl Anthony Towns. And so did Karl Anthony Towns. They went at it. But I can't trust that he's going to stay healthy through the whole entire playoffs to be able to match up with Brooklyn. And I just got to go with Brooklyn because they just got more talent right now. And I just see it as a Brooklyn, LA thing if everybody's healthy. But if not, in the West, I got Phoenix. I got Phoenix if LA's not healthy. I got Phoenix going to the NBA Finals. And not the Clippers, because I know everybody's going to jump on the Clippers.
I don't got the Clippers.
Rondo. Nope, it's going to be Phoenix. Who you got, Blair, man? What you thinking, man?
I mean, with all things being, I guess if everybody healthy, it's pretty much everybody feels about the same for what's going to be pitching. But as far as right now, I would say the East is sketchy. In the West, I think Utah is the most consistent. Like, they are the most consistent team, and they've been playing with what they had. So they've had the whole season to work it out. And I understand, they're still young, so maybe they don't understand how, everybody's not going full strength. But dudes are trying now, and they're still winning. So it's not like, they just started getting blown out when they came back from the break, from the All-Star break, when dudes started trying. So I think Utah has a very good chance. The problem is Donovan Mitchell is slightly undersized. And that can be an issue when your best defensive dudes are the wings. So Clippers give them trouble. LeBron gives him trouble. A couple other teams with good wings. They would match up well against Phoenix. I think they would match up with Denver. They would be okay. It just depends on a couple of those longer teams. Their third guy, I don't even know who the third guy is, but the third guy for Utah is going to be big. Coming out of the East,
Clarkson, Conley.
Yeah. Jordan Clarkson.
Conley, yeah.
Jordan Clarkson. Yeah. If he keeps going, he can do what they need him to do. As long as they have an actual legitimate third option that can give you about 15, 20 a game, that'll help them out a lot. And as far as the East goes, that's always a crapshoot, dude. Right now, the best team in the East was Brooklyn until James Harden got hurt. And now it ain't Brooklyn anymore. I'm not giving them the best team with Kyrie running the helm, dude. We saw that show last year. And that's when they had a better supporting cast, and you see what happened to that. So I'm not going to give that one to Kyrie. So the one that has a more complete team right now would either be like, that's not super sucking, is Boston or Philly. Miami's trying, but they're still at the bottom. Like, Boston's still young enough that they're streaky. Their dudes most of their dudes are under 25, so they still can go on a streak where they win, 7, 8 games. Then they lose 5 or 6 of them joints because somebody had a bad night out. You know what I mean? Like, they're still streaky. So the best, I guess, overall team is probably Philly, even with Joel out, because Ben Simmons has really been trying to hold it down. But he got to up his numbers too. Like, I'm just looking at the game. His numbers weren't that great. He was only averaging 16 before the All-Star break. He's only averaging 12 after. That's not enough to get it done, especially in playoffs. Like, there needs to be some level of progression after the All-Star game to kind of see where the push is. And I don't think they work well better together, but I don't think he likes the option of being number 2. to Joel Embiid, man. Like, they're young. I don't really think he wants to be the number 2, even though he thinks he's the number 1. Like, and people like, yeah, nah, bro. If you were 7 foot, because he's 6'10", he's like, I'm tall too. They're like, yeah, if you were 7 foot and you still do that, we would give it to you. But Joel Embiid is a traditional 7 foot center, bro.
He wouldn't have that problem if he would learn how to shoot the damn ball. Then they would just be Batman and Batman.
And I don't understand why he fought that so hard. But look how long it took Lonzo to shoot, bro. What's this, year number 5 or 6 for Lonzo, bro? Like,
yeah,
Lonzo.
That's the thing. We see Lonzo commitment, and now people look at him way different than they did when he first came in. We still saying the same thing about Ben Simmons. Man, he a great defender. He's 6'10".
Where's
he can get to the rack
shot?
Where is the jumper? Because you play point forward. You need to have a jumper, bro. You got to at least be able to hit one consistently. You ain't got to be lights out, but you got to at least be consistent enough to where somebody got to step out there to guard you.
At least get a mid.
I don't think it's not that great.
I'm
he doesn't even need a 3, dude. Just need a mid-range.
Yeah.
And if you see, the thing is, if you watch basketball, bro, Kawhi has showed you can win with a mid-range.
Yes.
A mid-range will win you a championship, because when you struggling for buckets, being able to just pull up from wherever you are and get one counts, especially in close games when you need to manufacture some offense. Dude he won't shoot it. And at this point, it's almost feels like Russell Westbrook, like it's a point of pride not to do it. Like, you're just not getting better because you just like, because I had to do it my way. Like, what does that have to do with growing as a
I told y'all this before. I saw it when I had watched this documentary, bro. Like, Ben Simmons felt like he was already that good, bro. He felt like he was already that good. He like, all I got to do is make it to the league. And I'm straight. Like, bro, he felt that way at LSU. Like, bro, I'm good. I'm good at what I do. It's going to take me to the league, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. But you got to evolve, bro. You got to evolve. If you him on that team, you have to evolve your game.
Sean, man, went around the block for you, bro. What you thinking, bro?
Recycle that question. What's the question again, sir?
Who is now your favorite, since everyone is
current? We're just talking about currently.
Yeah, currently.
We're not gonna hold you to it now. We're not gonna hold you to it. But currently, who is your guy, your team? Who your team in the East? Who your team in the West? That you think gonna be at least gonna be able to do it?
All 3 of y'all was very entertaining. But damn, I go against LeBron motherfucking James. And the reason why it is because LeBron turned it on in the playoffs. Y'all got to realize the man done played in the Olympics. Y'all got to realize he only had about, 2 months off. This is just a little vacation, fuck around, let his son hoop, and, you know what I'm saying, get some pussy at home in his bed. He relaxed and he chilling, drumming, welcome to the family, everything good. No sweat right now. No sweat. But truth be my favorites right now, I would have to go with probably Phoenix out the West. And I say that because Chris Paul provides a lot of leadership. You already got a stellar shooter. You got a nice solid center, and you got a nice bench. So I have to rock with them. The only reason why I go against Denver and Utah are for those various reasons, and it depends on where they're gonna be seated. They might likely be playing against each other again. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my things. As far as the East, I agree with Blair. That's like open market, man. You know what I'm saying? But I really believe if Giannis don't turn it up this year, I don't think he's gonna ever turn it up, really, guys, to be honest with you.
When you say if Giannis don't turn it up, what you mean?
Like if he don't get to the finals, I don't think he's gonna ever be able to do it. Unless he gets something like it don't have to be a trade like what the Clippers did.
You say never do. Giannis is only like 26.
Bro, but look at how the East is now rebuilding itself.
I'll say this.
Away from LeBron.
They would have to, Middleton wouldn't be it, bro. If they don't do it this year, Middleton ain't the dude. Middleton got to move to the 3, and they need a reliable number 2. That would be his problem, is they don't have one extra guy.
Middleton is the best shooter on the team.
Yeah, but during the playoffs, he's not the dude all the time.
But he won. He won when they got gentlemen swept in the last one. He was
You're right. He was the one that put the work in before he got hurt. Yeah, when Giannis got hurt.
True indeed, but you got to be able to attract players to come play with you. If we don't see you doing nothing right now, and you the leader of the franchise, who wants to go there and just be a loser? Even if I'm going to be the number 2 dude, I'm going to be Tito, and all we doing is getting killed in the first or second round.
It's Milwaukee, dude. Nobody wants to go play in Milwaukee anyway. It's not a destination.
Look at the Cavs. They made a good blockbuster.
Nobody wanted to play at the Cavs either, man.
But you gotta make a trade. Kevin Love came over. He got tools and drafted Kyrie to get them to where they had to be.
Yeah, man. But you remember that run, dude? They got Kyrie because LeBron left and Cleveland was ass. Exactly, they got Kevin Love after LeBron left these motherfuckers once and went to Miami and won. Then they decided to come back and go all in. Gilbert was like, all right, I'll go all in trying to get it. That didn't happen the way it's happened at most places. Like, those are directly affected because LeBron left and because they were so bad they got Kyrie. Kevin came over in a trade. And at that point, they was just trying to put together a 3. And Kyrie was that dude the entire time LeBron wasn't there. So you knew he didn't need LeBron's help to play really well in front of people. But nobody else really went there. Kevin Love's thing was he was at the end of Minnesota, and he wanted out of there too.
Small market teams, it's hard to attract the star. But at the end of the day, if you like top 3 on the planet, man, you supposed to get somebody to come be your Robin. Period, point blank. So that's something with the organization gonna have to do. So, like I was saying, 2-3 years from now, and you ain't got a chip. I mean, you're gonna be like 28, 29, bro. It's gonna get harder and harder. You know what I'm saying?
28, 29. I still think Buddy got like 3 years to get it together, dude.
That's what
people just.
That's what I'm saying. He got about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, before people watch him out. Yeah, and say he can't do it by himself.
I think it's shorter just because of the success he has had. Man, you talking about how many? He got what? 2 MVPs.
2 MVPs.
He got 2 MVPs, and he won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. People gonna be like, bro, you can't be coming up short in the conference finals.
I think he will end up.
You can't be coming up short of the conference finals. You know what I'm saying? First and second round exit, like Sean said.
So tell me what you think the new Giannis number should be, bro. If Giannis is putting up 30 during the regular season, what he's supposed to do in the playoffs?
I don't think at this point it's about the numbers. I think because
what else can he do?
Let me finish. He's going to put up the Giannis numbers. He's going to do the thing. I think his time as one of the top players is shorter because he is 7 foot and he doesn't have a jumper. So
but see, in the playoffs, in the playoffs, he don't put up them numbers because they don't let him. He don't even be great.
You mean because of the wall?
He don't even be the person that we see him be during the regular season, because when they put up that wall, like, his game is shot.
Yes.
So I agree with Sean, bro. Like, bro, he might be just plateaued as a player. Like, as a player, that we might see this might be the best of him right now.
That's a scheme change, though, bro. Because if you leave it for that scheme, right?
Well, listen.
I think it's more than a coaching change. I think that just like with Minnesota, they be getting top guys, but they just become booty, or they get out of there like KD. I mean, even Towns, bro, he's soft as Charmin. He got to go. He got to go somewhere else where he gonna have to get physical. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to get coached. He gonna have to develop his whole self. But the thing is, nobody wants to play there, man. I mean, they tried to make a little trade with Holiday, and that's not what it is, bro. He need a Robin, bro.
They just re-signed Mr. Holiday to a $160 million contract. So
they just blew $160 million. They just blew $160 million
because they had to spend it on somebody.
And I know Middleton, he getting paid over $25 million a season. So it's gonna be hard to.
They let Bogdan go. The best version of the team they had, or Brogdon. I guess the best version of the team. Brogdon. Yeah, they let him go. They needed him.
Yeah.
He was coming along.
Was sold on Eric Bledsoe. You know what I'm saying? And I see why, but Brogdon was the all-star, bro.
Yeah, Eric Bledsoe too streaky.
So at the end of the day, I would say currently it's just tough to choose somebody out the East, man. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna have to rock with my Lakers, man. I believe LeBron gonna come back healthy. We're gonna fix his toe. We got so many plastic surgeons and shit out in LA. We'll put a fake toe on that motherfucker, bro. So everybody coming back.
Okay.
If everybody don't come back, LeBron can't drag them through the West like that. But, it's ain't the East, bro.
But this is the thing. With them picking up Andre Drummond, because Drummond coming back, like I said, that's just a matter of like he lost his whole toenail. If LeBron come back healthy, I can see them making it to the finals without AD, with LeBron and Drummond. Just like I could see Brooklyn making it to the finals without KD. Now, as far as winning it, that's gonna, that's a whole different argument over the top. Yeah. But
finals though,
I think it would be enough.
Yeah, I 100,000% agree. But thank y'all for watching. Yeah, I said it, the podcast for all things sports. We appreciate y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell down there so you'll know when we actually upload the video. And we'll holler at y'all next time. See ya.
Peace.